Well, good afternoon from another very cold and windy day in Essex, UK. We're having some dreadful weather at the moment. So I thought I'd do a video, and I think today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I've decided I'm going to start a series which is about each month of the year. And with each month, I'm going to talk about 2 or 3 favourite things, and maybe something I'm regretting. Not necessarily every month, but there may be sometimes I don't regret anything, but I thought it'd be quite an interesting thing. So let's get started. So this is my Sarah Raven meadow for birds, and this is my first favourite of June. This meadow has flowered continuously since I sowed the seeds back in the autumn of last year, and at the moment it's predominantly these gorgeous daisy flowers. We've had a succession of flowers coming from this meadow. It started off with wallflowers, which were absolutely fantastic, and now it's given way to these just a carpet of these beautiful white daisies, which are really loved by insects. I absolutely love this, and when I say a carpet, I don't mean a carpet on the floor. I mean a carpet of daisies which must be up to waist height, and I'm really enjoying them. They are an absolute joy, and if you look closely you can see they have the most beautiful yellow centres, very simple, and they're covered at the moment with bees and insects. And it's an absolute joy just to see them covered in insects all the time, all day long. I'm not going to do anything to this meadow. The idea is you let everything go to seed, and then around about the maybe late February, March time, you can give it a cut. But generally speaking, the idea is that you're providing a beautiful array of plants that birds love, and so do insects. So you can see here there's a lovely little insect. If I can just home in on him down there, just there. So this is my first favourite of June, and of course it's now July, so it's carrying on and doing really beautifully. So that's my first favourite. My second favourite for June is the cistus or the rock rose. Now this is just coming to an end. There's a flower here to show you. This has been absolutely beautiful for about 6 weeks now, and it is really my favourite flower in the garden. This is the pink ones. I don't think there are any white ones remaining to show you. Oh yes, there are, just around here. You can see the white one here. These have been wonderful. I mean, we've now just got the odd one here and there. Most of them now have finished. And what I actually will do with this is I will trim it back. It is in a site it really loves, which is very dry. It hardly gets any water or moisture because it's in a very south-facing dry bed. But what I will do is give it a haircut because it will otherwise encroach on other things. But it's been stunning. Definitely a June favourite. And then my other June favourite, well, I can show you over here, is the cherries. It is a wonderful year for cherries this year, actually. I can't actually begin to tell you how wonderful the cherries have been so far. They are unbelievable. I mean, if you look up there, there's just so many. I couldn't possibly, I'd need a 6-foot ladder to get up there. There's cherries everywhere. The birds are starting to eat them. We're eating them. I mean, it's incredible. And this tree, as I said in many of my other videos, is now 30 years old or more, and it's still cropping absolutely beautifully, and we really have loved every minute of it. It's a wonderful dessert cherry, and if you look right up there you can see, as far as the eye can see, these wonderful bunches of cherries. It's a lovely tree, and the great thing about this tree is it also provides so much shelter for birds, and also so much privacy as well, because it's very tall. The blossom is stunning as well, so I highly recommend this one. This is variety Stella, and I've also got varieties Summer Sun and Sunburst as well, all lovely varieties. So that's the cherries. So it wouldn't really be June without strawberries. They've been wonderful this month, and I'm so thrilled with them. They're having a little rest at the moment because it's stopped being sunny, but you know, what more can you say? It's been an absolute joy to come out here and pick lots and lots of cherries. It really is. I've got lots of beds of cherries. These ones happen to be in a raised bed, and you know, they've all carried on. You can see there's still more to come here, but that's been an absolute joy. So definitely a June favourite. So what else has been a favourite in June? Well, just starting, these are a little bit late this year, but we've got these wonderful Cosmos variety Purity. These are really, really doing well, and have been an absolute joy through June. Normally I'd have a lot more, but things are very late here in Essex this year. We're not getting the sun, so we've got a lot to look forward to in the later part of the summer, I think, as things, you know, come along. So have I any regrets? I would say not particularly. I think that the weather has made things quite late, and also sometimes life gets in the way and you don't get round to doing things. And I think this, I'm going to show you this bed here that I'm not very proud of. This is my Verbena rigida bed, and the thing about Verbena rigida is a wonderful, wonderful purple flower, and I really love it, but it tends to die down in the winter and then it will come back in the summer, and but because it's not particularly broad at its base, it leaves an awful lot of space for weeds, and until it really starts growing again, it's difficult to see what's weed and what's not. So what I've decided to do, I think I'm going to underplant this with a wildflower meadow like I have with the Cosmos, which is actually the other side of this gate, because it is looking a little bit untidy and it's quite difficult to mow the lawn and trim around there. So I think that's what I'm going to do, but it is a really lovely plant. I'm going to show you close up what it's like, but it's got very, very wind blown. So in some ways it's a regret, but it's more a regret that I haven't got round to sorting this bed out. But you can see it's a beautiful flower and the bees really do love it. So I'm really going to attend to this bed, and I think wildflower planting underneath would be a good idea. In fact, I'm really into wildflower meadows at the moment, just because I actually think that they're so good when you have not as much time as you'd like, and I guess most of us fit into that category, but I think when you have a wildflower meadow, it does stop a lot of the weeds, and so I'll just take you back over and show you my wildflower meadow again, which as I say, I'm just absolutely in love with. So those are my June favourites. One slight regret, which is really about my own shortcomings, but this is just lovely, and I can't tell you how much joy I'm getting just from being around this and seeing all the insects going in and out of the flowers. Absolutely lovely. So have a lovely day, and we'll be along soon with another video later this week.